Welcome to the inner world of emotions.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Do You Feel Me? And today we have no other than Exa. But I'm gonna let Exa tell us about who she is, what currently is happening, in terms of why we're on today. So, Exa, may you give us some brief introduction to who you are, and um, what current production project are you talking about today?
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Exa. I'm a director and producer and of Fortune House, a short film that we just premiered in LA. So this is the project we've been developed since like 2 years ago. A story about like immigrants, Chinese restaurant delivery guy Mo run into like a mahjong parlor while he's like chased by eyes, and he met three demons in the mahjong parlor, which they offered that if you can win the mahjong, then we're gonna grant you a green card. That's the story. Yeah.
I mean, Exa is such a beautiful piece that's just filled with so much suspense and how you're able to really make something that's so serious into a joyful, fun experience for the audience. And I'm curious, what emotion were you feeling or are you feeling now? And were you feeling during the production, or are you feeling now at this stage with the premiere?
Hmm. Yeah, I was starting from like how are we feeling at the very beginning of the development of the film. So when we first starting developing Fortune House, me and our executive producer Wei, we spent a lot of time researching the earliest Asian immigrants in the United States. So one thing that really stayed with us is like the imagery we find in old newspapers and political cartoons. So Asian immigrants were often portrayed as monsters, like as octopus-like creatures with multiple arms, or as demons lurking like dark alleys, stealing jobs or threatening society. So those images were like shocking, but they also have revealed something very human, that the fear people project onto those they see as outsiders. So at first, we were simply just fascinated by these like bizarre historical images and wanted to build a story around them. But the more we worked on it, the more personal it becomes. So normally as like a minority, it's not helpful for you to just think about it every day. It's like, am I belong to this conversation? Am I fit in? And am I look weird or something? It's
Right.
definitely not helpful if you keep thinking about it. Sometimes it's not even about like big moments, about just like everyday conversations. It's like, yeah. So I realized like constantly trying to convince yourself to be stronger doesn't always help you cope with those feelings, but
Mm.
imagination can. So there's something like strangely empowering about embracing the role that society projects on you. If you always already see you as the demon or the villain, then what happens if you choose to become the hero of that story instead? So you are still different about like being different no longer has to being like being powerless. So they're
Mm.
becoming like the emotional core of the story. At first, we're trying to approach it. How does it feel as as the minority in the group? But like as the things goes on, like more we find out, oh, this is the way to cope with it.
Yep.
Except to think about it every day. So yeah.
Goodness gracious. It's essentially turning lemons and making lemonades out of it. Um, you just brought essentially you just figured out how to create something that was designed to be difficult into something that's magical and fascinating. And the emotion that kept coming to mind as you were describing this, Exa, is fascinating. There's this feeling of fascinated about the whole thing, and it brings me to a place where I'm curious, Exa, a time that's unforgettable in your childhood growing up, a specific time that you can share with us that's really honest and really real, from your childhood, where you felt this feeling fascinated, an unforgettable moment that just could never really escape your mind. Could you share that with us and how it relates to where you are today as a visionary, as a producer, as a director? Because we can only imagine that this is what has gotten you to where you are today?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And this the moments that comes up on my mind, I'm not sure if it's like too abstract, but like when I was a kid, there's like a summer, my dad find out the pension of my grandmother's like keep just like going down. And we kind of worry about is like my grandmom's like getting spanked or something, someone's like selling her money or something. So we decided to follow her in the summer weekend to
Mm.
find out what where's the money goes like for her. So the place my grandmother's like born is like a fishing village because like the city I'm from is like a it's like an island.
Mm.
So we follow her, get into like the mountain. There's like a village kind of in poverty. In the middle of the village, there's like a luxury temple
Wow.
that we find out that my grandmom just like pay monks before her died to pray for her to get into like a better life next life or like just not to get in hell or something. So that moment really shocked me when I was a kid because for me I feel like my grandma my dad trying to stop her for sure, but like for me, my grandma doesn't really have a choice because for their generation, they have nothing else to count on to
Mm.
believe that there's a better future or that there's a life after death. So that's the only place she can find trust, or she can find like optimistic like future to live, just like to live like for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the connection between this and next during them, I was just truly believing that people's destiny is fixed. So
Mm.
where you're born, how you're born, what era you're born, is like already what decided what kind of things you're gonna do in your life, which is kind of sad, right? So after I moved here, knowing like experience the whole like race minority things after, especially I moved here after like I'm like an adult, so it makes me feel like oh, it's things already fixed. It's like experience like growing here or like going back to Asia is like very different, and people will behave differently as well just by seeing you as like different person in different place. So I believe that Fortune House is the story trying to tell us that there's like a way out. So there's a way to cope with all of these like feelings.
Wow. I can just, I mean, just drawing the connection, you can see the parallels between your grandmother's experience and Fortune House. I mean, both are this hope of gaining something that is, truly worth its fortune. I mean, you could just see how your imagination, like you were talking about Exa earlier, is was drawn by your fascination, how you became so fascinated in this journey of really going into this investigative process with understanding your grandmother. And look at what it created. It's just wow. Did you know that was going to happen?
Thank you for pointing that because before you mentioned it, I never think about it in the word of like fascinated, but this is really inspiring for me as well.
That's so cool. I mean, just why I love this so much as being a psychoanalyst and drawing it from just the psychological aspects. And I can really sometimes offer this to writers, directors, and just to see this happening for you is because that this is really what we see on the other side of it. So we appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for like we also like yeah psychological like way of thinking what like the analysis of is like definitely like a core like craft when you're trying to design a character or like design their experience. So that's the part I'm really interested as well. Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, thank you, Exa, because I really think that we feel you. We really, really feel you. We can feel the sense of fascination. And so thank you for being on our show today. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for creating such amazing artwork and bringing it for us to be able to experience here in the world. So we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me and thank you for inspiring us. Like, yeah.
Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Okay, well, take care for now. Bye, Exa.
All right, bye. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.